Found it. Nothing seems to be working today. So play some cards. Like the camera likes the Marvel Champion cards than the Legendary cards. Whoa. So I'm gonna play a little bit of everything today. A little Marvel Champions, probably another game of Marvel Legendary. What I want to do is I'm gonna play a game of Groot using the protection aspect. Because technically, I actually did play him. I did play with him with protection. Because his pre-con deck was protection. So I kind of made some modifications. So we're definitely going to need some tokens. Hey, big, what I really need is a bigger table. Someday. Someday I'll have space where I can actually have a big table. Till then, I should move my drink off this spot, put it over here on my warped tray that falls in the background. It's not my fault. I mean, it could be my fault, but I choose not to accept. Just like when you get a quest in a game, like I can choose to decline it. I choose to decline any type of repercussions. So, get into it real quick before I figure out what type of villain I'm going to play. So, playing Groot. So, my name is Jeff, and in this, I'm actually going to go down a rundown of my build that I kind of came up for Groot. So, for recording purposes, because I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone, let me kind of get this figured out here. Mm-mm. How's it going, everyone? My name is Jeff. Today I'm going to be unleashing Groot in the protection aspect. Technically, I already did play him in protection because his pre-con deck came with a protection deck, but I kind of wanted to make some changes with it and kind of see if I can do something different where I can actually focus more on playing into him being able to defend, and then writing up and then just giving out damage. So basically going down with my build. Just want to do a quick rundown, and then we'll get a villain on the table and try it out and see how it goes. So with Groot, he has the his growth spurt. This gives him growth counters, which basically can basically prevent damage for him taking damage, but they're also crucial to him playing with his some of his key cards in his kit. For example, the I am Groot in all caps, which will be able to do the amount of damage to the amount of counters that he has. So if he has all 10 counters on him and you play I am Groot, he's doing 10 damage, and that's a lot of damage coming out from a 2-cost card. With all my playthroughs that I've done with Groot, basically pairing it with Def Focus or any type of upgrade that can reduce the cost is going to be beneficial, because then that's less resources you got to pay out of hand to be able to perform some of those. So initially, mostly what I'm trying to do with the build, I'm doing the 3 copies of the basic standard resources. As far as allies go, I wasn't trying to really stack it up with allies, but I wanted to put allies that kind of make sense. So Iron Fist, I think, is what to me. Iron Fist is probably one of my favorite next to Rogue now, but Iron Fist is definitely one of my top favorite green allies or protection allies to put in there. Not just because it's Iron Fist, but the fact that it's 4 costs, it's pretty expensive, but you can reduce those costs with can't even think of it off the top of my head. The power of protection. It comes into play, and he gets 2 mystic counters. He attacks, and first the interrupt kicks in, and he does the damage. Well, first you remove the mystic counter, and then you stun the enemy, do a damage, and then he does his 2 attacks. So he's initially, for 2 turns, he's doing 3 damage, and he's going to keep stuns on. That could also be stuns those stuns could actually also become crucial, because that's potential damage to losing your growth counters being reduced because the villain can't attack. I threw in Jocasta in there. Jocasta is great because as soon as Jocasta enters play, you can choose a defense event in your discard pile, and you can put it face down underneath. Basically, it's the protection version of Black Panther. So I'll be able to go ahead and target my defense events to help me out. I throw Gamora in because her trait, one, it's Guardian traded, so you can only play her if you're a Guardian, which Groot is. But Gamora can also be very effective in searching for your event cards, and since your big heavy hitting cards, so my whole thought process is get built up with my Groot with my counters, and then go balls to the wall, right? So with that, I mean, I'm going to be looking for this card. So if I haven't hit it yet, and I got Gamora on the table, Gamora can thwart an attack, and then discard cards until you get an event. That'll help me fish them down quicker. I have Rocket in here because Rocket's great for, minion control. When Rocket attacks a minion, he gets +3 attack and he gains overkill. So you have a potential to add some chip damage to the boss. Professor X works great with Groot because there might be times where you need to flip down and you need to get some growth counters on. Play Professor X, confuse the enemy. That's your opening moment to flip down. And then we put in Nick Fury because Nick is great for multiple reasons. Can remove 2 threats when he enters play. He can do 4 damage if we need to. Or we can use him for the card draw, which is, who doesn't... getting cards in your hand is like giving yourself more money to play cards. And then we have Starhawk, Guardian traded, great for protection. Not Guardian traded, excuse me, pardon me on that. He's just a really solid, cheap protection card to play. He has an interrupt, so if he takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points, you return him to his hand. So essentially what you want to do with this is when you're playing him, you want to kind of plan it out. So you would say he's only got 3 hit points. So you would have him attack first or thwart first. Then on the next turn you want to do the opposite of what you did. So then that way you are actually just taking the amount of hit points. Or if he, defends something, like say he attacks, right, and he's already got 2 consequential damage, and I don't think one exists, but say there was all right, maybe say you had an Ultron drone, which is 1/1, unless he doesn't have the modifiers on. He could defend that, take 1 damage, that was exact, it goes back into my hand. Could be a nice, easy recycling card. I threw in Avengers Mansion. Expensive, but if you get it early enough, it's always good to have another card to draw. Essentially, you be wanting to get this in your opening hand, getting Fertile Ground. But if you could have both of these on here, that's going to be nice, because then you could have drawing power in your hero form, and then, or potentially when you go down to Alter and you have these both on the table, you got potentially 2 cards you can draw. As far as some protection events, I threw in 2 expert defenses. They give you +3. It's 0 cheap, so it's like kind of made sense because Groot's already got a defensive 3, block for 3, and then that's 6, so you're good. We throw in a desperate defense, so then that way, if you take the defense, you can ready up. I only threw 1 copy in there. I ran 2 of the power protections, and then I threw in some hit. So I threw in 1 powerful punch, so that way that'd be good for we need to clear a minion out, and I don't have Rocket on the table. And then a fighting fit, which if my health is at full or higher, I have a potential to do 5 damage to the villain. And then I threw in some upgrades, armor vest, and kind of build on that defense. Dauntless, so if our hit points are equal or greater to our starting hit points, we can have Retaliate. Electrostatic armor, hard to ignore, and then an unflappable for more draw. So I think this is a starting point. I just need to test it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a villain and test it out and see how it plays out, and we'll go from there. So let's get that all set up. See you then. Now the question is, what villain do I choose? What makes sense? What makes sense for a group to fight? No, I am Jeff. You, of all people, should know that. So, were you referring to your Monday, my Sunday? I need a villain idea. Okay. So after I drop my daughter off tomorrow because I'm visiting her tomorrow, I'll be available. And my work schedule actually changed, so I can actually stay up pretty late on your Monday or whichever. So, but I think the noon should be fine or whatever you want to do. So that's the cool news in my life. So I can actually stay up later on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Yeah, I mean, figure it's gonna. Figure 2 o'clock the latest, or sooner than that. Well, you know what? I'm just trying to live, man. I gotta have an ad. Someday those pennies are gonna add up for me. And messaging in Discord's too much work right now. I need you to pick. I need your help. I don't know if you're still here. Are you still here? I don't know if Josh is here, but yeah, must have disappeared. He actually made me message him on Discord. So that's why you got to hear my annoying keyboard. Um, let's see here. Fine. You know what? I am going to. You know what? I'm going to break my rule because I came to the conclusion and I've been frustrated. I've been trying so hard to like save it up to after I got through all the Guardian characters and do the campaign. But you know what? Whatever. It's legendary. It's a legendary set now. So I'm just gonna play whatever villain I want and not care about playing the campaign. I guess I'll just consider this like practice before if I ever do play Guardians of the Galaxy Most Wanted. I've never played Drag, and I'm going to. So let's do it. I like it. Let's do it. Let's just get weird with it. I don't even care anymore. I don't even know what he does. I don't know if my deck that I build is going to be good for it. I chose purple for villains. Said Drang. I got it. Wow, they're so nice and they feel brand new. I never played them yet. It's kind of cool. Alright, so we need here. We need ship command, standard counter set, and then one modular encounter set, Band of Badoon. Might as well do Band of Badoon, right? Ship command. Oh, is this where I can use the Milano? I only seen this card because I watched Limes. There are people battling Ronan and stuff like that. It's cool. Cool. Um. And yeah, by the way, like when I told you I said I have everything set last week before I got sick, I do. All of our cards, all of our stuff's in here. I just need the encounter set, standard 3 right now. Bruce is using one of his PhDs to fly the spaceship. What do you got going on today? Is it like morning time now for you right now? Or is it... Yeah, it's morning time for you right now, isn't it? Oh, no. It's like afternoon. So... I guess I'll just do standard, I guess. So like this doesn't go on the deck. I got a whole bunch of minis I need to paint. Yeah, I have a game called Marvel Protocol, Crisis Protocol. When I was younger, I used to play Warhammer 40K. I used to love doing that. I used to love playing Warhammer. Just the just chilling and painting and putting them together, putting those little pieces together. Are you supposed to paint those, or you can? Are you like? Do they paint easily? Because I thought about playing that Marvel Zombies game. That's sweet. Alright, so Drang has 13 health. Force response after Drang's schemes resolve Badoon ship charge up ability. So revealing the terrestrial invasion. I mean, it sounds like it should be more dark and gritty because it's these zombies. All right, so set up, put Badoon ship environment and the Milano in play. So the Badoon ship, I assume, is here. Let's put this over here. Terrestrial invasion. Force response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. First player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from the scheme. First player, I assume that if you're playing a multiplayer game, it's only the first player can do that. Does this seem a little bit brighter than normal? Groot. Oh, this is environment. So this goes. So charge up special, place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove barrage counters from here. Okay, so I think I'm set up. Well, actually, no, I didn't put my obligation in, but. So Milano, permanent setup, first player controls the Milano. Okay, there you go. Piloting, resource, exhaust the Milano, generate a wild resource. That's sweet. I'll play with Milano with every game now. Just to have that. Free resource? There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't even sound bad at all. Unless there's a catch to it. Of course, all my group tokens are right on the bottom. I think we're good on that for now. this fall over, probably. I don't think that's a good idea whatsoever. Alright. Got those. 10 health. He gets 13. And this starts with 2 threat, and it goes up by 2 per player. Alright, this is it. First game time. Game time. Alright, so I'm going to play my protection deck that I built. And I'm going to test it out against Drang. And we're doing this on standard 3. We got everything set up here. 1A has informed me I need to put the Badoon ship environment and the Milano support into play, which we've gone ahead and done that. Badoon has a charge up. It's a special, so you place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all the barrage counters from here. And then Drang has a force response after he schemes. You resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. So he's feeding that. So we'll go ahead and start that up. Draw to a hand size of 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we get a hard to ignore, expert defense, Jocasta, Starhawk, Root Stomp, and Flora and Fauna. Alright. Starhawk could work. Actually. We'll scrap all these. Two, 4. Alright, well, that works. Alright, so let's use our Groot ability, Growth Spurts. We'll place 2 growth counters on Groots. We'll play Fruition to put 2 more on us. We'll do Energy and Dauntless. And we'll put in a Professor X. So we can actually no, let's do this. Let's do Energy and Groot to do that. And then we'll confuse Drang. And then Professor X can thwart to clear this off. And then we can use Rocket to play Dauntless. And then we can just go ahead and flip to Hero. And we'll hit him for 2. And we'll drop him to 11. And yeah, I guess we'll call that 1 turn. So let's ready up. And we will... So if my hero's rating points are equal to or greater, gain Retaliate. So, as of right now, Groot has Retaliate. Alright, so villain's turn. Well, actually, no, we dropped our hand size of 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a Root Stomp, an I Am Groot, Expert Defense, Fertile Ground, and Electrostatic Armor. So Drang is going to activate. Well, first we do the step 1. So step 1, we put 2 threat on the main scheme. And then we have the force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the Badoon's ship charge up ability. Charge up, place 1 barrage counter here. So we'll put 1 counter on there, and that's it for that. And now the villain is going to attack. So we'll go ahead and have Professor X defend that. Attacking for a base of 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So X took that. He's defeated. And then we'll get a encounter card. And we get Blindside. So it has Peril. So while you're resolving this card, other players cannot help you. So when revealed, choose to either exhaust the Milano or spend 2 physical resources or stun the first player. I guess we can just blah 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 blah. We'll exhaust the Milano. Right, and that ends the villain's turn, and the turn moves over to player. Alright, so he's confused. I want to take advantage of that. Let's use the Expert Defense as a resource. We'll put Fertile Ground into play, so that'll give us the ability to put more growth counters on us and give us some more draw card when I drop the Alter Ego. I don't think I'm going to attack, so we'll just we'll use the Root Stomp, and we'll put Electrostatic Armor into play, and then we won't have enough to play this, so let's just attack for 2. So we can at least do some damage to him right now. Oops, got a text. Alright, so what is I doing? Attacking for 2, so we'll drop him down to 9. And then we can flip to Alter Ego. We can use our ability to give us 2 more counters. So we already were at 4, so we'll bump up to 6. And then we'll go ahead and use our Fertile Ground to gain, we'll exhaust it to gain ourselves another growth counter. So now we're at 7. And we can draw a card. And we drew into a Root Stomp, so we don't really need that right now. And yeah, that's all we can really do right now. So we'll go ahead and ready up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Root Stomp. I'm going to hold on to the I Am Groot, because it'll be a nice chunk of damage when we flip back down. Alright, well now we'll just drop to a hand size of 6. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Death Focus, Unflappable, Iron Fist, Genius, Armored Vest. I like that. That's going to be nice to make this a little bit more cheaper. I think I might even just go, I might go for Might go for the play to get Iron Fist out. 2, 3, 4. We'll see what I draw into with Fertile Ground. Alright, so put those aside. Villain's turn. So we put 2 threat on the main, and now we go ahead and force response to put another barrage counter here. So now there's 2 counters on the Badoon ship. Once it hits 4 more, it's going to do 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters from here and all that. So Drang would activate, but he's confused. So we bypass that, and then we go straight to the encounter card, and we will be revealing a special delivery. Okay. Let's see what that's all about. When revealed, and we're on alter ego, so when revealed, you may exhaust the Milano. If you do not. If you do not, the villain schemes with +1 scheme. Alright, well, I guess we'll just exhaust the Milano then. So he doesn't do that. And we will go on to our turn. Alright. Alright, so first things first, let's use Fertile Ground. We'll give ourselves a counter. So this puts us up to 8. So we got 8 counters, and we can draw a card. And we drew into Fighting Fit. So now, so we do have our I Am Groot card. So we have, and actually too, we're going to use our Growth Spurt. We're just going to put ourselves up to 10 because we're at 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're at max counters now. So we got 10 damage. We can actually just knock him over to stage 2. Don't think we need the Unflappable right now. Let's we'll use the Fighting Fit. Actually, no, that's because that's 5 damage potentially there too. Alright, we'll use the Unflappable, we'll put in the Death Focus, so we have it ready to go. And then oh man, we just dropped some hurt bombs on him. We flip to hero. And we will 2, 3. I don't think we do that. We'll play the Genius. We'll play Genius. And we'll play Fighting Fit. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage if your heroes remain. We don't even need to do that yet. No, we use this. We use Death Focus. And we'll use our Iron Fist. I don't think we're going to need him. We might need him. We'll use Iron Fist, and we will do 10 damage, because I Am Groot does damage that's equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. So that will defeat Drang's stage 1 card. So now he's got a stage 2. When revealed, if Drang's Spear is in play, give Drang a 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang's Spear, reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck. He also has the same force responsibility after he schemes resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. So we're looking for his spear. We are looking for the spear.
Alright, so that comes in. He gets +1 attack now, so he's got 4 attack. And then he now has Stalwart, so he cannot be stunned or confused. Well, I'm glad I got use of that. Glad I got use of Professor X on that one. Alright, so as long as he has the spear, he has Stalwart, and his hero action, I need to use a Genius and 2 physical resources to get rid of that. Almost had it. And he has 14 health now. Alright, well, okay, well, that's cool. So I guess I'll play, I'll play Genius, I'll play a Fighting Fit, do 5 damage to him, because my health is actually equal to my health is equal to my printed cost. So we'll do 5 damage to him right there. And we'll go ahead and hit him for 2. And I'm gonna hold on to that, and we're gonna ready it. So we drew up to 5. We put 2 threat on here. This goes up to 6. And then we go ahead and put another counter on here. So this is at 3. What did we draw into, too? Just curious. Powerful Punch. Perfect. And a Power Protection. That's a dog barking. All right. All right, so we did all of that. Now we got the villain that's going to activate. So he's going to attack. And I am going to use Powerful Punch. So with Powerful Punch, to interrupt. So when the enemy initiates an attack, you deal 4 damage to the enemy. So we'll use Power Protection, and we'll do that to pay the cost for the Powerful Punch. So when the enemy would initiate attack, I can go ahead and do 4 damage to him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So from his 7 down, he's going to drop down to 3. And just so I'm going to go ahead and take it. So he's going to do 3, 4, and then resolve the Badoon's ship ability. So that goes to 4. So if there are 4 more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. So 2 indirect damage goes to me. So -2 because of my Flora Colossus, which is a force interrupt when group would take any amount of damage. Remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter, remove this way, prevent 1 damage. So he's going to drop down to 8. And he attacked me for 3, 4. So, and then I would lose 4. But he also would get hit a damage from my retaliate because my health is still at intact. So he's at 2. All right. And then we get an encounter card. Badoon Engineer. So force response after Badoon Engineer engages you or activates against you. Resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. Alright, so he's engaged with me. So these got removed after that, and then he got engaged with me, so we resolved the special and we put 1 charge on there. And that's it. And player turn goes to me. We'll go ahead and use Fruition to gain 2. So that puts us at 7. And then we'll use Def Focus to play We Are Groot. And we will remove up to 4 growth counters from Groot. Choose that many friendly characters. Well, I don't need to remove 4. I can remove up to 4. So I'm only need to remove 1. So I'm going to remove 1 growth counter to put it to 6. And I'm going to give myself a toughness. And then I'm going to... No, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to attack Drang for 2. And Drang has been defeated by Groot. Thought that was fun. Didn't seem like the mechanics of the villain deck work in their favor because I kind of hit him. I hit him pretty hard in the beginning, but I don't know. It actually it did exactly the way I wanted to do it. I was trying to keep my health intact and be able to pump out damage with I Am Groot. It's also nice I didn't have to really deal with my my nemesis. That's a fun scenario. It's also nice I didn't have to deal with those minions. Alright. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, and then I'll play this one more time, then try somebody else. Maybe play a different hero. I don't know. We're back.
All right, so I'm gonna play this again. We're going against String, starting off with 13 health. Again, the setup on this is dropping your card, putting the Badoon ship environment and the Milano support into play. We have already done that. And then force response on this. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, we put charge. We resolve the Badoon's ship charge up ability, which is to place a barrage counter here. And then when there's 4 or more here, we deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all the barrage counters from here. This starts with 2 threat. Alright, so let's go. Shuffle one more time. Two, three, four, five, six. And we start with a Dauntless, a Death Focus. I am Groot, Tangling Vines. Hard to ignore, and we are Groot. Definitely want to keep that. Could use the Dauntless. Let's just keep Depth Focus. Actually, no, we'll keep Dauntless. And we'll keep these 3. And then we got Jocasta, Mansion, Vine Shield. Interesting. Okay, so we can use the Milano to generate a wild resource. So let's do that, and then we'll go 2, 3. Then we'll play Avengers Mansion. And then we'll exhaust Avengers Mansion, draw a card into I Am Groot. And then we will use our Growth Spurts to put 2 on. And then let's flip to Hero. And then let's do I Am Groot to put in Dauntless. So that'll give us Retaliate right now. We'll hold on to the Death Focus. And then we'll hit Training for 2. And we'll hold on to the Death Focus. And we drop to a hand size of 5.
So villain's turn, 2 threat goes on. We add a barrage counter. The ring's going to attack. We can. It's attacking for 2. We can defend. We'll defend, and then we'll play an expert defense to increase our defense up to 6. So he's attacking for 2, 3, and then give the villain a tough status card. If the villain already has a tough status card, this card gets +2 boost icons. So it won't. So he'll get a tough. And then he's attacking for 2, 3, and then we have a defense of 6, so we don't take any damage. And then we have retaliate, so retaliate will ping off his tough. And then we will draw ourselves an encounter card. And we get a Badoon Grunt. And Force Response. After a Badoon Grunt engages you, if there are no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. And then we'll play this again, because we're still in the encounter phase. And we get our obligation. You may flip to Alter Ego. Choose to exhaust your Alter Ego, remove Wilt from the game. Which we can't. But we can just go flip to Alter Ego. And then it'll say remove 3 growth counters from Groot. This gets discarded, so these are gone. Alright. Player turn. So we'll do Avengers Mansion to draw into a Fighting Fit. We'll use our growth spurt ability, put 2 on there. We'll use the Milano. We'll use the Milano to put a Depth Focus in. And then we'll flip to Hero. We will play a Genius, and we'll play a Root Stomp. And we'll deal 5 damage to an enemy, which we'll choose the Badoon Grunt. If this attack defeats the enemy, we can place 1 growth counter on Groot to a maximum of 10. So now we have 3. Oh, and actually, you know what? No, instead of playing the Genius, we can we'll play the Depth Focus. And then we'll use Fighting Fit as the resource to play for that. And then that's all we can do. So we'll hold on to the Genius, I think. Oh, actually, no, maybe we'll just hold on to... let's just hold on to the Genius. And we'll drop to a hand size of 5. So villain's turn. 2 threat will go on. So it's at 6. Drang's going to attack. I'm going to defend, and then I'm going to do an interrupt and play a powerful punch, which will let me deal 4 damage to the villain because he's initiating an attack. So So we'll go down to 7. And he attacks for 2, 3. And we have a defensive 3, so we take no damage, and then he'll take a damage from the retaliate. And then we'll take a counter card, which is a Badoon Engineer. So after Badoon Engineer engages you or activates against you, resolve the... Oh, I forgot to do this also. So when I did this should have went on, and then he engages me, and he now puts a 3rd counter on here. And that's will be the villain's turn. Use stuff. Let's do Venger's Mansion. Draw a card. Into an Iron Fist. We can... So we can do first player action. I can exhaust Milano, and I can remove 3 threat from this scheme. So we'll do that. Put this to 3. And then we'll exhaust Def Focus to put in Vine Spikes. Actually, no. Let's do 2, 3. We'll play a Strength for 2. We'll do an Unflappable, and we'll do a Vine Spike, and we'll put in a Iron Fist. And this comes into play with 2 Mystic Counters. Where did I put those? There we go. Buried all the way down the bottom. Alright. Comes into play with 2 Mystic Counters. We'll go ahead and attack Dring. So interrupt when Iron Fist attacks. Remove one Mystic counter. And we will stun that enemy. And do 1 damage to it. And he attacks for 2 damage, so this will drop him down to 3. And then he'll take 1 consequential damage. And that's all we can do. So we'll ready up. And we will drop to a hand size of 5. I am Groot, Fruition, Rocket, and Professor X. Alright, so 2 goes on here. This goes up to 5. And then this gets resolved. So now that there's 4 or more barrage counters here, we deal 2 indirect damage to each player. So 2 indirect damage will come over to me. Since I'm taking damage, Flora Colossus activates. And the Force Interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. And for each growth counter that was removed this way, we prevent 1 damage. So we lose 2 of these, so we don't take any damage there. And then these counters get removed. And then Drang is going to attack now. And I will, actually, no, sorry, he won't attack because he is stunned, so he will not activate there. And then the Badoon Engineer will attack for 1. And I will go ahead and defend with Groot, and he'll successfully block that damage. And then with the Retaliate, he will take 1 damage. And then we get our encounter card. And we get the Badoon Assassin. Force response after Badoon Assassin engages your hero. It attacks you with +2 attack. Alright, so he's engaged, and then the Badoon Assassin now attacks me. He's attacking me too, so he's going to attack me for 3. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to take damage. So that's 3 damage coming my way. With the Flora Colossus effect in, I remove 1 counter, that'll prevent 1 damage, and then Groot will lose 2 damage, which would drop me down to an 8. And do I not have enough counters with me? Nope. So 5, 7, 8. So it's 8. Now, since my health points are no longer at my starting health points was a 10, the effect from Dauntless is gone, so I lose my Retaliate. Right, and that is the end of the villain's turn. So turn comes over to player. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Got some minis we gotta get rid of. Definitely should probably get out Rocket for this. There's no point in me flipping Drang over because by doing that he's gonna get his staff, and then his staff's gonna give him stalwart, so I'm gonna lose on the stun if I do that. We could confuse him. But I really wanted to play this. Let's do Avengers Mansion first, and we'll draw a card. And we get Electrostatic Armor. That's really not with the minions where they're at. Let's think about this clearly. Well, we could do what's this 1, 2. Well, we could play. He's only got 1 health. Rocket would flip him over. If Rocket attacks, he's going to flip them over. I think putting Xavier in would probably be the better play. 1, 2, 3. So we could do 3, but rockets could be helpful. Let's do Milano. 1, 2, 3. We'll play that. We'll put in Professor X. We'll confuse Drang. And then what we'll do, we'll play both these fruitions, which will give me 4 growth counters. Because it's 2 growth counters per card. So let's do that. So we'll put 2 in. Hold on to the rocket. Professor X will thwart this down to 2. And then we can we'll hold off. We'll have X take the hit. Yeah, we'll have X take the hit when Durang attacks. And then we'll just have Groot take the hit from these 2. And then I'll lose 2 of my counters. And then we could flip down, see where it goes from there. But we'll hold on to, I think we'll hold on to Rocket. I think that might be the better play. Yeah, let's do that. Nope. So we're going to ready up. And we'll drop to a hand size of 5. So we get Desperate Defense. Root Stomp. Oh, there we go. Fertile Ground and Flora and Fauna. Maybe we don't have to flip down. Oh, I do want to get health back. Alright, okay, villain's turn. So oh, I was supposed to activate that. Crap. Alright, so there should have been 1 charge when he came into play. So this is at 1, 2 goes on the threat. We activate this. We put another counter on that. And then Drang attacks. Xavier will defend that, so he's attacking for 2. Resolve the Badoon's ship charge up ability, so this goes to 3. And Xavier's defeated. And then we have the Badoon Engineer attacking for 1. We'll just take it, so I lose 1 Groot count or growth counter. Then the Badoon Assassin will attack. Oh, after he... Oh, okay, so after Badoon Engineer engages you or activates against you, resolve the Badoon ship charge ability. Okay, so no matter what, that's gonna... Okay, so he attacks me for 1, I take 1, and then his force response happens where counter goes on here, it's at 4. 2 indirect damage comes at me, so I'm going to lose 2 of these growth counters, and then this is cleared. And then the Badoon Assassin will attack for 1, and I'll just take it, so I'm going to lose that counter. And then we get our encounter card, and Badoon Grunt. So, force response after the Badoon Grunt engages with you. If there are no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself face down. So luckily there are other minions engaged with me, so I don't get the face down counter card. Alright. Player turn moves over to me. Alright, so let's Avengers Mansion to an expert defense. He's going to be annoying, so I think we use our 2 defense cards, and we play a Root Stomp, which deals 5 damage to an enemy. If that defeats an enemy, place 1 growth counter. So it does its job there. We got a growth counter on us now. We'll flip down. We'll recover to full health. So we're at 7, 8. Alright, so that puts us back to 10. That gives us our retaliate back. We will use the Milano to put in a Fertile Ground. We'll use our Growth Spurt so we can put 2 counters on us. So we're at 3. We'll use Fertile Ground and we'll put 1 on us to draw a card into a Starhawk. Now it's fun. Pretty close to a deck shuffle. Let's just put Starhawk in. And let's attack. To get rid of this Badoon Grunt because he'll have 2 scheme. And that's fine. So he'll take 2 consequential damage. And we'll call that a turn. Alright, so villain's turn. This goes to 6. We place 1 counter here. He's confused, so he won't be able to activate. The Badoon Assassin will scheme for 1, so that puts it up to 7. And the encounter card is Hull Breach. We choose 1. We can either exhaust the Milano, spend... Oh, I forgot to draw my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so we'll just exhaust the Milano. Alright, we'll just do that. Alright, player turn. Let's do Avengers Mansion. We'll draw a card. Fertile Ground. We'll bump up to 5 on those. Draw another card. So we got 2 power protections. We're going to get a counter card for decking out. Alright, so I can't shuffle. Alright, so let's use Growth Spurt. Get 7 on us. We have a Nick Fury. We have... Let's thwart 1 off the main. He gets 1 consequential damage. That will evenly defeat Starhawk. So since he took damage exactly to the rating of his hit points, he'll come back to my hand. We can actually go ahead and play a power protection, and we can put Starhawk back onto the field. And then we can actually have him take out this Badoon Assassin. So we'll give him 2 on that. Let's do... Let's flip to hero. Let's spend 1 resource, or yeah, let's def focus first. We can put in Lashing Vines. And then what we'll do is we'll have... How do we want to do this? Maybe I should have did this the other way. I can have Iron Fist. Hmm. Let's do 2, 3, 4. We'll play Nick Fury. We'll draw 3 cards. Let's use I Am Groot to put in a electrostatic armor. Then we can have Fury. How punishing will it be if that flips? We'll have Iron Fist attack. So remove our Mystic counter. We stun him. We do 1 damage. And then that'll put him to a 2. Then his attack goes and hits him for 2, so that'll defeat his first stage. So then, when he flips over to a second stage, so after he switches over, if Drang's Spear is in play, we give him a face-down boost card. Otherwise, we search the encounter deck and discard pile for his spear, and then we reveal it. So we'll do that. So it must be in the discard pile. It's not. Whoa, cat. So, I'm not too sure. I think it's face down. Not too sure what the rule on that is. I'm gonna just Grimoire and exchange it for another face down encounter, I guess. So it's down here. Yeah. So I have to do it, right? I mean, he's getting it regardless. If during Spears in play, just says search the encounter deck in the discard pile. So I did. It wasn't there. So I think that would just whiff. I mean, he's gonna get it regardless. So I don't think I'm cheating that bad. So I'm just gonna play it like that. I'm just reading it the way the card says it. So yeah. All right. So he flips over. I mean, because no, actually, technically, he would. I probably should look that up. I think I get away with that. Yeah, I think that's fine, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna play like that. All right, so he's stunned, and then he has 14 health. And then I have Nick Fury that can do stuff. So we will. So then we can do 2 damage to Drang. And that puts him to 12. And then we'll play 2 resources. And we'll do I Am Groot. And that will be 7 damage. I'm sorry. Yep, 7 damage. So I'll drop him down to 5. And I think that's all I can do. Oh wait, no, I can actually I can attack also. So and then we'll do a regular attack and take him down to 3. Fair. So Fury takes 1. He's at 2 consequential. And that is it from the turns. Well, actually, no. I lied. So since I used the basic attack. Well, actually, no, we already had him attack. Oh. I think after I did my basic, I could have just did this, remove 2 growth counters. I could have hit him again for 2. So essentially, I could have done that, which I didn't do. So I misplayed. I could have when I attacked with Groot, basic attack. I'm not gonna do it because I kind of missed the timing on it. But after I attacked my basic and did the 2 damage, I could have exhausted Lashing Vines, then removed 2 off of here, and then I could have readied him back up, and then I could have punched him for an R2. He would have had 1 health, and then eventually what would have happened was he would have, yeah. So, but I didn't, so I failed. That's cool. All right, so let's ready up everything. So now we drop to our hand size of 5. Root Stomp, Genius, Powerful Punch, Hard to Ignore, and Jocasta. So we put 2 threat here, and this pushes it to 8. So the main scheme is going to advance. So it pushes over to 2A, Protect the Planet, resolve the Badoon charge up ability. So technically it should have gone to 2 because I put the threat on there. And then this pushed, and then this goes to 3. So this should be at 3. Alright, so this has 8 on it, and then Force Response. After resolving step 1, same thing. First player, Milano, exhaust the... exhaust Milano, choose either remove 3 threat from the scheme or deal 3 damage to a minion. That's kind of cool. This starts with 4 threat, and it goes up 2 per player. Alright, so this is at 4. Alright, and then Drang would attack, but he's stunned, so that skips out, and then we get our encounter cards, so I get dealt 1, and then we drop the first one, which is going to be his staff, because we couldn't find it in the discard pile. So this gets attached to Drag, and he now is got Stalwart, so he can't be confused or stunned. And hero action, spend a Genius, or 2 physicals, and to get rid of that card. And then the other is Sinister Strike. Place 1 encounter card, or place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the pass. If there's any, or I'm sorry, place 1 pursuit counter on pursuit by the pass. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain will attack. So first counter on pursuit by the past. And then Drang is attacking for 3/4 in the boost, and I'll go ahead and have. Well, actually, I could just. I guess I could just. I could have some fun with this. So I'm actually. So a couple of things I could have done here. I could just have Nick Fury take the hit like normally anyone would do, or I could just. I could defend, and I can. Actually, since I actually win right here. So, a couple of things you can do. I kind of like the way this is kind of built now. So, like, I could defend and then, like, take whatever it's going to be. I'm not going to lose any health. So, he's going to do 2 damage from Retaliate and Electrostatic Armor. Or I'm just going to play the Genius and the Powerful Punch because he's initiating an attack on me. And I can just punch him for 4 damage and then just win the game here. So, again, we did it. So Groot is strongest one ever. Looks like. That was fun. I'm almost tempted to bump this up to an expert level. Takeaways with the deck though. I really haven't gotten an opportunity to really play into using Jocasta, and I really haven't gotten into a situation where I really played into my my desperate defense. So I'm wondering, but also too, this Milano is kind of like helping me like avoid doing stuff like that. But it's fun. I like it. Let's do it one more time. Then I'm gonna try. I want to try. Maybe I'll try a different villain. Maybe I'll do a different hero. So far, I like the way that this protection deck's working out. I haven't really had a. Doesn't seem like it's. I don't know. I think it's because I'm playing with this Milano, and it gave me that extra resource. Getting that Avengers Mansion beginning of the first turn was actually kind of helped too. You can also essentially a free pass unless it gains surge somehow. Alright, cool. So I guess I played that okay then. Alright, so this starts at 2. He's at 13 starting on that stage, 1A. We already got those two in play. Give it the ready up token. We're going to shuffle this up really quick. Alright, and you think with all the games of Marvel Legendary I've been playing that I'd be really better at shuffling my deck, but not. We'll cut the cards though. Alright, Badoon ship's in play, Milano's in play. I'm not at Retaliate. I start at 10. He's at 13. We'll draw our hand size of 6. Starhawk, Powerful Punch, Genius, I'm Groot, Root Stomp, this. I'm going to take those 3 and toss these 3. Yeah. Xavier first turn. Okay. So common sense tells me to growth spurt. We'll do fruition. Put it up to 4. Flip to hero. We can use the Milano and a Genius to put in Xavier. And then Xavier can do Xavier things. He can clear that. Do I hold the Powerful Punch, do 4, put a Starhawk out, do 2 damage. Oh, man. Decisions. Well, no, because I'm going to have Xavier defend, so I say we take the Starhawk, put Starhawk into play, and then we do a hit for 2. That drops him down to 11. He takes 2 consequential damage. And we have no cards to play, which is good. So we can ready up. And then we drop to a hand size of 5. That bothered me. 4, 5. What do we get? We get Spikes. We get Rocket. We get another Fruition. We get Flora. Wow, really? Yeah, I shuffled it. And Jocasta, which we don't really need because I don't have any defense events in there. Well, actually, Powerful Punch, right? There's defense cards. Yeah, defense. Yeah, can't pull that. It's gotta have. Oh yeah, I can. It's got that on there. That's good. Legal. Villain's turn. 2 threat goes on the main. We activate charge up special for the force response. This will put 1 counter on. Drang will attack. We'll have Xavier defend it, so it's gonna be 2 with the boost. Put Badoon Grunt into play, engaged with you. And then after Badoon Grunt engages with you, if there are no other minions with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. So we're going to get one of those. And then Xavier's defeated. And then the Badoon Grunt's going to attack for 2. I'm just going to defend with Groots for defensive 3, take no damage. So my tokens here are protected. Right, so do that. So that's good. That's good. And then we deal ourselves an encounter card. So we play the first one that we were dealt. Hall Breach, Peril. When reveal, choose 1. Exhaust the Milano, spend 2 Genius resources, or deal 3 damage. I could do that. But I won't. I'll just exhaust the Milano. It's fine. And then Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis minion in play activates against you. If no minions in play. If no minions activated this way, plays 3 pursuit counters on pursuit on pass. That's not good. That's not ideal. Alright, and that will end the villain's turn. Turn moves over to me. I want to play 1, 2. We play 3. Actually, he's confused. Forgot to do that. Play 3. We'll put Rocket into play. And then we'll have Rocket attack. And he gets +3, so he's got a 4. So he'll take out the Grunt. And then he will do 2 damage with Overkill to Drang. We thwart with Starhawk to take 1 off. He comes back to my hand. So we play Flora and Fauna. We can place 2 growth counters on Groot and ready him. And then yeah, let's do that. We'll play Starhawk as a resource and play Flora and Fauna. And we'll add 2 So that goes to 6. We can ready up. And then we can hit him for 2. And we're ready up. Draw to hand size of 5. So Depth Focus, Fertile Ground, Dauntless, Lashing Vines, Venger's Mansion. I think we're too late to play that. 2 on here. That goes on there. He's going to attack. He should have only took 1 damage. He's attacking. I'll just go ahead and have Rocket take the hit. So he's going to attack for 2. So 2, which would defeat Rocket. And then we get the encounter card for Badoon Sentry. Has Retaliate. Got it. Alright, so that ends that. And it has 5 health. Is that necessary? We'll use Avengers Mansion to put in Depth Focus. We'll go ahead and use Depth Focus to put in Lashing Vines. Let's use the Milano to put in Fertile Ground. We'll hold on to Dauntless. We can... We can hit him for 2. And then we hit with Retaliate, so we lose a counter. We can activate Lashing Vines. We can remove 2 counters, which will put us to 3. Because we used the basic power. And we can ready Groot back up. And then we can hit him again. Put it at 4. We get hit with the Retaliate. So that leaves us with 2. And then we can flip down. Use our Growth Spurt to get 2 counters back. Use Fertile Ground to draw into a card. Expert Defense. We'll use Expert Defense to play Dauntless. So now we get Retaliate. Somewhere down here. So now we have Retaliate. And we'll call that the end of our turn. So we'll ready up everything. Villain's turn. So 2 threat goes on here. So this goes to 5. This gets 3 counters on it now. Drang is confused. So Badoon Sentry will scheme for 1. And we get the encounter card. Get a side scheme. Spatial positioning. First player action. Exhaust the Milano. Remove 3 threat. Alright, that will end the villain's turn. And I totally forgot to draw a hand size, so I get to draw a hand size of 6, so 5, 6. Alright. Okay, cool. So it's our player turn. Let's use Fertile Ground. Let's give ourselves a counter. So we go to 5. You can draw a card into Unflappable. We'll use Growth Spurt. Put us to 7. Let's use Fighting Fit to put in Unflappable. Flip the hero. Let's do. Let's use Def Focus. I am Groot to make that a 2 cost. We'll use. Oh. Probably should get rid of the Sentry. Let's play 3 resources. Let's put Gamora into play. Let's have Gamora attack the Badoon Sentry. So we exhaust her. She defeats the Badoon Sentry. So don't get to retaliate. And then her response, we can discard cards from the top of our deck until we get a event, which we drew into I Am Groot. Perfect. And then we get a consequential damage. And then we can have. That's going to move to 8, right? Let's do. Let's do the Milano. Get rid of this. So I could do that first player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from the scheme, which we'll go ahead and do. And then we can do Groot can thwart 1. And that goes away. And then I'm just going to run to the restroom real quick. BRB.
Yeah. All right. All right. What was I doing here? So we got our group. I am Groot. And then we thwarted for 1. So then we play Def Focus, use Power Protection, play I am Groot, and then we do 7 damage to Drang because we have 7 counters on us. So that's cool. And we defeat his first stage. And then, when revealed, we look through the discard pile or the encounter deck for his spear, which we didn't have to worry about last game, but looks like it's happening again. Where is it? Alright, so now he gets +1 attack. Gains Stalwart, so he can't be stunned or confused. Alright, and you have to spend a Genius and 2 physicals to get rid of it. And other than that, there's nothing else I could really do at this point in time, so we'll go ahead and ready up everything and drop the hand size of 5. So we get Vine Shield, we are Groot, I am Groot, and Entangling Vines, Expert Defense. That'll probably come in handy. He also gets 14 health. Set that up real quick. Alright. Alright, villain's turn. 2 threat goes on the main. It's at 7. Response, we put counter on Dune ship. And then if there's 4 or more on here, we do 2 indirect damage to each player. So the 2 indirect damage comes to me. Floor of Colossus will kick in, and I will remove 2 tokens for the 2 damage. And then we remove the tokens off of that. And then Drang is going to attack. Also, he's going to attack, and I am going to defend and play an Expert Defense to increase my defense by 3. So that'll be a total of 6. He's attacking for 3, 4. And the boost effect is put Badoon Grunt into play engaged with you. So I was successful on defending without taking any damage. So a couple things happen here. One, he will take damage from my Retaliate because of my Dauntless, because I'm at full health right now. And then I can activate my Unflappable to draw a card because I didn't take any damage. I drew into a Power Protection. Got nothing there to play. And then the Badoon Grunt will... Actually, I can do something... No, I can't. The Badoon Grunt's going to attack me. Actually, after he comes and engages with me, which he did, there were no other minions, so I should have got an encounter card. So that comes down. Alright, so now he's attacking me for 2. I'm already exhausted, so I'm taking 2 damage, so I have 3 tokens now. And he'll take 1 damage for Retaliate. And then we get dealt another encounter card. So first encounter card we get is Sinister Strike. Plays 1 pursuit counter, pursuit by the past. There's 3 or more, so there is. This flips over. And then clear those off. And then my Nemesis comes into play. So we get Fernax. And then we get the Blazing Inferno. This gets 3 threats. This flips back over, and since there's no counters on it now,
If there were counters on it, the villain would attack me, but since there isn't, he won't attack me. So that's been satisfied. And then we get another encounter card, and it's a Badoon Assassin. And after Badoon Assassin engages your hero, it attacks you with +2. So I'm getting an attack for 3. So I lost all my counters. And that's the end of Villain's turn. So that was a lot of bad stuff that happened all at once. So I'm exhausted. Oh, he also should have got hit with a Retaliate. So that's 1 damage there. Alright. So we're exhausted. We have no counters. So essentially this card's useless to me now. I do have a Gamora still. We need to get rid of that. That's not good. Let's do Death Focus. And we'll put in our Tangling Vines. Or should I do, Tangling Vines. Oh, no, that's not going to help. We don't have any counters. Scratch that. We got nothing. I'm on empty. What we gotta do here. Well, we could do... we could do these two and a Genius to get rid of his spear. So now he doesn't have Stalwart anymore. And then we can use the Milano to remove 3 off the main. So that'll put this to 4. I don't know. I think I flipped down. Yeah, I think I have to flip down. Flip down. Let's use Fertile Ground. Give us one of those. Draw a card. That's Root Stomp. Doesn't help either. Growth Spurts. Put us to 3. And I'm gonna hold on to that. Throw these away. I'm gonna deck out anyways. I'm gonna discard. No, I can't. Yeah, we'll just end it there, I guess. So drop to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We decked out. Tooth Thread goes on the main. And then one of these go on here. Drang is going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. So that will push this. After he schemes, we put a token on there. So this goes to 2A, and then we do the charge up ability again. So it goes up to 3. And then that's it for that. And then we got, this starts with 4 threats. And then Badoon Assassin will scheme for 1. So this will go up to 5. And then it schemes for 2. That's 7. And then Fernex schemes for 2. 8, 9. I lost. Yep. That's how that goes down. I mean, I had 3 games. I lost. That was my first game lost, so it's not bad. I hate Fernex so much. It ruins everything.
It's pretty fun. The All right. Well, I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I'm going to feed some animals and make some dinner. And I think I'll hop on and play some more cards. I think I might. I think I'm gonna play a different hero. Now that I got my group game out of the way. Give me some time to think about what hero I want to play. But other than that, anyone who stopped by, thanks for checking me out for about an hour and a half.